Hey everyone, a short preview of the game announcement for the Season 16 patch notes. After the update, the new season Sakura Conquest will be launched and blah blah blah. We already know pretty much all of this is every season repeated, but for the current season, maintenance will be happening as every time for up to 4 hours. Usually it's a bit earlier, so like 3 hours 30 minutes, but you should expect it to be like 4 hours. The update rewards, or rather the compensation, is going to be reset hourglass, which is really amazing. If you're a beginner, you can abuse this to get one of the most needed heroes to 7 stars instantly. Those heroes would be like Yorm, Tsuki, Arcane Dorabella, Elisha, or a lot of different heroes. Or if you're not a beginner, you can use this reset hourglass to get your important heroes like Primordial Arcdina, Yorm, or any other hero that you're working on, such as Leviathan or Sarijana Yushta, up to 9 stars, or even use it to get the newest recently added heroes, which are going to be both Eve and the Venus shard, so you can grab their copies once and then reset the shop and get them once again. So pretty good update and pretty good reward for the maintenance. There will be new hero skins, which is going to be Everhand Diana, which is just going to be a reskin in the decree probably, and then Babylon Soul Tourist Stream, which is going to be in the skin shop in the newest events for the $25. The skin is really nice. Then we have the new additions to the guild shop, which is going to be Gaia, the biggest priority to get, up to 7 stars ideally, but it can work even at 10 to 12 stars, so she's going to be bigger priority than Hades himself. Not bigger than the seasonal hero shards in my opinion, but bigger than any other hero in that shop. The other hero added to the Yggdrasil shop is Hecate. You can skip Hecate and get Mulan, but Hecate is solid, although I do think she's mostly for the whales, and even then she's iffy and only optional to use. New hero in the Abyss shop is going to be Elisha, absolute must get. I do suggest getting her in the Abyss shop now. She's really strong, especially at 10 stars. And with Venus addition, with Venus shielding, her shields are really useful in her old force nowadays. Rank shop gets Shang, which is a nice but not really game-changing addition. It's pretty optional to get her. She's solid filler for the World Arena in 8 teams, and she can be played in Foggy as well. But she's not a hero you reliably play and rely to win the battle zone. Then the new hero in the marriage shop, which I assume is going to be the newest shop for the newest guild against guild game mode, is Dahlia, and she's also going to be a massive priority for the beginners. I will suggest getting Dahlia to 7/8 stars for sure, because she's really strong even still. So that's all for the newest updates, or rather the other updates. So the Bubble Rescuer is the new limited event, and basically the game talks about it. I won't talk about it. I will make a separate guide on that. And then we have the newest game mode, GVG mode, which is pretty solid, but again, I will talk about it when it's released. I will make a guide for that and both the new event and the GVG mode. And then we have the new secret beast, which is going to be a Rift Odyssey beast, and I do not suggest summoning on it, and I will explain why in its review. But the prediction I'm going to make is you can just simply get the new hero to 9 stars and pass the Rift Odyssey without the newest beast. That's mostly the case with the past 2 seasons, or even 3 seasons, so it pretty much will probably not change the next season, and the beast will probably not be needed to beat Rift Odyssey as much as the new hero at 9 stars. The new relics are absolutely broken in my opinion, and I will talk about them when they're out, but I do suggest both of these relics are going to be absolutely broken in the PvP department this season, and I do kind of consider them to be more broken than the heroes themselves. And then we have the new heroes. I did cover all 3 of them, but there have been some changes. For example, Asmodeus has been changed. Now she basically only buffs herself, whereas Gaia buffs all allies. I think this is a horrible change, and I think this might make her pretty bad if this is true. If it's not true, if it's all allies, then she will easily replace Gaia, but if this is true and it's just Asmodeus that gains these buffs, and it doesn't stack with Gaia, I think this effect is going to be pretty bad, and Gaia will remain the main hero in the Mistiverse. But if it's not true, as I said, she's easily replacing Gaia in the Mistiverse. The Susanoo has also been changed, so now her old force passive is basically dispels some of these control effects, whereas you could assume she would dispel all of them, so some of them is not good enough in my opinion. If you get like 20 stacks of freeze, but you dispel just some of them, your hero will still be frozen, so that's still pretty bad. Before an ally takes action is a good change. It was before enemy takes action, which made no sense. But since it's before an ally takes action, so your ally is about to take action, they check if the hero is under CC. If the hero is under CC, cleanse the CC and then perform the action. That's how I would assume it will be coded. But as I said, if it doesn't fully clear the CC, then it's going to be pretty terrible and not worth running. So that's the change they have made there. And Izanami, I don't think has been changed as far as I know, so I don't think she has been changed from the leaks, which is pretty good. Apart from her runes have been changed, so her runes are worse than in the leaks, but that's not really relevant for those that are free-to-play players and are looking forward to some of the heroes. So that's it, just a short update and short patch notes review, and thank you guys for watching. I'm pretty excited for the season, but not that much, because it's just going to be season 15 with some of the newer heroes that are old heroes and the new GVG modes, which is going to be interesting enough to try. I like PvP, so I'm glad it's PvP, but I do wish for more PvE modes. And yeah, thank you for watching and see you guys in the new season. Good luck and goodbye.